Ok, bonjour, français toi. Et aujourd'hui, on va lire Le Fantôme de l'opéra. Et ça, c'est chapitre 8 qui est intitulé Le mystérieux Persan. The mysterious Persian guy, like the mysterious guy from Persia. Persia today is part of, I think, Iran. Iran, okay. So Persia, the mysterious Persian guy. If you've ever seen the musical version of Phantom of the Opera, this is not a character in that, okay? But he is in the book. All right. Christine et Raoul se réfugient dans l'opéra. Ils descendent les escaliers jusqu'au 8e étage. Les couloirs sont déserts. Il n'y a pas de représentation ce soir. Soudain, un homme les empêche de passer. Il porte un chapeau qui lui cache une partie du visage. Prenez ce couloir, dit cet homme. Allez, vite. Okay. So remember, we left off in the last chapter where Christine had taken Raoul up to the roof, jusqu'au toit, of the opera house, and she told him like the whole backstory of how she thought that Eric was the angel of music. Basically, she kind of naively believed that because her dad had told her that as a kid, and Eric just kind of went along with that. But now he's in love with her, and he'd kind of taken her hostage, basically. And then she had like pulled his mask off, and now he was super mad. And so she took Raoul up to the roof to tell him the whole story of that. And that, she only went back and saw him again because she kind of felt sorry for him. And he overheard her saying that to Raoul, okay? And now they're kind of scared that he overheard that whole story, okay? So they have run back downstairs at the beginning of this, off the roof, back into the opera. And Christine and Raoul are taking refuge in the opera house. So they go down the stairs, down to the 8th floor. And the hallways are empty. There's no show tonight. Suddenly, a man prevents them, les empêche, prevents them, hinders them from passing. He's wearing a hat that's like hiding part of his face. And the man says, take this hallway, come on quickly, allez vite. Okay, so Christine entraîne Raoul dans la direction indiquée par l'étrange personnage. Qui est-ce? Demande Raoul. C'est le Persan. Persan, répond Christine. Vous ne le connaissez pas? Il est toujours à l'opéra. So Christine drags Raoul in the direction indicated by the strange character, the strange person. Who is it? Like, who is that? Asks Raoul. It's the Persian guy. Responds Christine. Do you not know him? Vous ne le connaissez pas? The le being him. Do you not know him? He is always at the opera. Okay. Quelques instants plus tard, ils arrivent dans la loge de Christine. Nous sommes en sécurité ici. Eric m'a promis de ne plus jamais venir ici pour écouter mes conversations. Partons maintenant, propose Raoul. So the Persian guy helped them sneak through some different passageways, and within just a few moments, they arrive in Christine's dressing room. And she says, we're safe here. We are in security. We're safe here. Eric, the Phantom, Eric promised me to no longer ever come here to listen to my conversations. And Raoul proposes, let's leave now. Okay, let's leave now. Non, répond-elle. Je ne peux pas partir aujourd'hui. J'ai promis à Eric de chanter pour lui demain soir. Nous pourrons partir après la représentation, Raoul. Okay, so remember they're engaged for a month, a secret 1 month engagement before he takes off for this trip to the North Pole. Okay, so he's like, let's just leave now. This is super scary. And she says, no, I can't leave today. I promised Eric to sing for him tomorrow night. We will be able to, there's that future tense of pouvoir, we will be able to leave after the presentation, Raoul. So even though this guy is kind of kidnapped me and is stalking me, I said I'd sing for him. And so I need to do that tomorrow and then we can leave. Okay, so soudain, la diva regarde sa main avec épouvante. Okay, and suddenly, she's like, oh, we'll leave tomorrow. And then she looks at her hand and she's like, yikes. And que se passe-t-il? demande le vicomte, inquiet. What is happening? What is going on? Why are you looking at your hand in like fear? He's worried, asked the viscount, worried. L'alliance, Raoul, l'alliance en or. Je ne l'ai plus, alors Christine. Eric me l'a donnée en témoignage de son amour. Il m'a rendu ma liberté à condition que je porte cette alliance à mon doigt. Nous sommes en danger. Okay? So an alliance is usually a wedding ring. It's a type of ring. I think it can also mean an engagement ring, some kind of like, ring of commitment from one person to another, more than just une bague, right? A bague is a ring, but this is like a wedding, I think also engagement ring. So she looks at her hand and she's freaking out and she's like, the wedding ring, Raoul, this gold wedding ring, engagement ring, I no longer have it. Je ne l'ai plus. So she looks down at her hand and realizes it's gone. Eric gave it to me as a witness of his love. He gave me my freedom on the condition that I wear this wedding engagement ring on my finger. We're in danger. Okay, so remember he had kind of kidnapped her. She had taken off his mask. He said that, you're mine forever now. But apparently he's allowed her to go free on the condition that she wear his ring, and now she's lost it. Okay. Notice also the use of the subjunctive here, because à condition que is one of those conjunctions that must be followed by the subjunctive. So à condition que je porte, the word porte is in the subjunctive. Just kind of reviewing before the final here. Okay. So we're in danger. I've lost the ring. Okay. So Raoul essaie de la rassurer, mais Christine est terrorisée. Elle est sûre qu'Eric sera très en colère. Un peu plus tard, grâce à l'assurance et à l'amour de Raoul, la diva se calme et il décide de partir le lendemain après la représentation. Okay? So Raoul tries to reassure her, but Christine is just terrorized. Okay? She is sure, she's certain that Eric will be, future of être, Eric will be very angry. So en colère is a synonym for fâché. Okay, she's certain he's going to be mad. A little bit later, though, thanks to the assurance and the love of Raoul, the diva Christine calms down, elle se calme, and they decide to leave the next day after the performance, okay, like she wanted to do. Okay, so Raoul rentre chez lui. En pleine nuit, il se réveille et il aperçoit deux yeux rouges comme le feu qui le fixent. Il prend son arme et tire dans l'obscurité. Il court sur le balcon et découvre du sang. Je l'ai touché, dit-il fièrement. Entre-temps, Philippe, le frère de Raoul, s'est précipité dans la chambre. Il le regarde bizarrement et lui dit « Tu as probablement touché un chat. » Okay. So they've decided to leave the next day. He's got her calmed down for now, and he goes back home. He returns to his house. En pleine nuit, in the middle of the night, he wakes up and he notices two red eyes like fire that are like fixed on him, like staring at him. So he takes his arm, his weapon, okay, his gun, and he shoots into the darkness. Il tire dans l'obscurité. And then he runs out on the balcony and discovers blood, du sang. Okay? I hit it. Looks like I touched it, but I hit it. Okay, at least I nicked whatever that was, he says proudly. But in the meantime, Philippe, Raoul's brother, rushed into the bedroom, probably hearing the gunshot, and he looks at him strangely and just says to him, you probably hit a cat, okay? Tu as probablement touché un chat, okay? This is a scene that also doesn't take place if you've ever seen the musical version of it. And just like the Persian guy, Philippe, Raoul's brother, also doesn't exist as a character in the musical version, just the book version. Okay? So, le lendemain, the next day, le lendemain, Raoul passe toute la journée à préparer son départ. Il réserve une voiture et retire tout son argent de la banque. So the next day, Raoul spends the whole day, toute la journée, getting ready for his departure. He reserves a car and he withdraws, retire, he withdraws all of his money from the bank. Okay, so getting ready to get Christine after the performance and get the heck out of there. Okay? Ce soir, Christine chante Faust. L'opéra est plein. Tout le monde est venu écouter la voix sublime de la diva. Au début de la représentation, Christine est nerveuse. Sa voix tremble. Mais peu à peu, elle reprend confiance en elle. Et au 5e acte, elle chante comme elle n'a jamais chanté auparavant. Et le public est en adoration. Okay? So they've got kind of a plan here, and it's made her very nervous. It's made her nervous to sing, not knowing what the Phantom has in store for her tonight, knowing that he's overheard the things she said about him. So that night, Christine sings Faust. The whole opera is full, plein. The opera house is full. Everyone came to listen to the sublime voice of the diva. At the beginning of the presentation, the program, Christine is nervous. Her voice is trembling. But little by little, she regains confidence in herself. And in the 5th act, she sings like she has never sung before previously. Okay, and the public is in adoration. Okay, the crowd loves her. Okay, eek. Okay, do. All right, so she's singing like she's never sang before. Et soudain, toutes les lumières de l'opéra s'éteignent. Quelques secondes plus tard, elle se rallume, mais Christine n'est plus sur la scène. Où est-elle? Que s'est-il passé? Il règne dans la salle une très grande confusion. Les spectateurs paniqués se lèvent et quittent leur fauteuil. Tout le monde ne parle plus que de cette mystérieuse disparition. Okay? So she's singing la 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 like she's never sang before, Fausty Faust Faust, and suddenly all the lights in the opera house go out, like extinguish themselves. They all turn off. And a couple seconds later, they come back on. Elle se rallume. But in that few moments of time, Christine is no longer, elle n'est plus, she is no longer on the stage. Where is she? What happened? So there reigns in the room a very big confusion, a brouhaha, if you will. The spectators, panicked, they get up and they leave their comfy... Oh my gosh, that was my dog, sorry. Et quitte leur fauteuil, they leave their comfy chairs. And remember, ne, que means only. So everyone is only talking about this mysterious disappearance. She was there, the lights went out, the lights came back on super quickly, and in that moment, she was gone. Okay? That's what they're all talking about. So Raoul se précipite dans les coulisses où une foule d'admirateurs attend les nouvelles de la cantatrice. Raoul est sûr d'une chose, Eric a enlevé Christine. So Raoul hurries into the backstage wings, where a crowd of admirers is waiting for news of the soprano. Raoul is certain of one thing. Eric literally removed Christine, like kidnapped Christine. Okay? Cooper, chut. Sorry, c'est mon chien. Okay? Alors, il suit alors un groupe d'hommes qui se dirige vers le bureau des directeurs. Il est sur le point d'entrer dans le bureau lorsqu'ils sent une main sur son épaule et une voix qui lui murmure « Ne racontez le secret d'Eric à personne ». Et Raoul se retire, c'est le persan. Ce dernier met son index sur ses lèvres, okay, pour lui faire signe de ne pas parler. Puis, il s'en va en silence. Okay? So everybody's out there waiting for news of Christine. Raoul is sure that Eric did this, so he follows a group of men who are steering themselves toward the office of the directors, and he is just about to enter in the office when he feels a hand on his shoulder and a voice that murmurs to him, don't tell Eric's secret to anybody. Okay, do not tell anybody what's going on with Eric, Angel of Music, blah, 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 all that. Do not say anything to anybody. And Raoul turns around and it's that Persian guy. And the latter here, the Persian guy, puts his index finger on his lips to make the sign of not talking. Okay, and then he goes away, il s'en va, in silence. Okay, so Persian guy shows up, tells Raoul very secretly, ixnay on the whole Eric thing, don't say anything, and then he walks away. Okay. Dans le bureau se trouve le commissaire de police et les deux directeurs. Cosmo, chut, stop. Le commissaire de police et les deux directeurs. Le commissaire regarde avec méfiance le vicomte et lui pose quelques questions. Il s'aperçoit que Raoul aime Christine. Peter, knock it off. Okay, so in the office is located, that's where they're found, the police commissioner, whoever the head guy at the police station is. I don't know what that is in English, the head police guy. The head police guy and the two directors. The head police guy looks with distrust. Petey, stop it. Looks with distrust at the Viscount and asks him a couple questions. He's noticing that Raoul likes Christine. So the police chief, it's police chief, isn't it? So the police chief is like, so you're the guy in love with her, interesting, okay? And he says, vous deviez partir avec Mademoiselle Daillé après la représentation, n'est-ce pas? Demande le commissaire. Okay, if you can't be quiet, come up here and you can read with me, okay? Okay, now your ear looks weird, okay? So vous deviez partir avec Mademoiselle Daillé après la représentation, n'est-ce pas? Demande le commissaire. So you were supposed to leave with Miss Daillé after the presentation, right? Asked the commissioner. Oui, c'est exact, répond le vicomte. La voiture qui attend à l'extérieur de l'opéra est bien la vôtre? En effet, c'est la mienne. Savez-vous que la voiture de votre frère se trouvait à côté de la vôtre ce soir? Et Raoul ne comprend pas pourquoi le commissaire lui pose cette question. Okay? So the police chief is like going through a series of questions with Raoul, almost like he's suspecting Raoul, because he's like, you were supposed to leave with her tonight, weren't you? And he's like, yes, exactly. And the car that's waiting on the outside of the opera, that's yours, la vôtre. Okay, so this is actually going to be our grammar point that we're going to work on today. So you could say the car that is waiting outside the opera is your car, like votre voiture, or you could say the car that's waiting on the outside of the opera is yours. Okay, so la vôtre is taking the place of votre voiture, your car. It's yours. It's your car. It's yours. Okay, we're going to work on that in just a second. In fact, it is mine. C'est la mienne. And again, it's mine. I could have said, or Raoul could have said, c'est ma voiture. That's my car. But instead he's saying that's mine. Okay, so la mienne is taking the place of ma voiture. It's my car, it's mine. Okay. Did you know that, this is the police chief talking, did you know that your brother's car is located right next to yours tonight? Again, la vôtre, taking the place of votre voiture. Do you know that your brother's car is parked right next to your car tonight? And Raoul does not understand why the police chief is asking him this question. Okay. Okay. Votre frère approuve-t-il la relation que vous avez avec Mademoiselle Daillé? Pourquoi me demandez-vous cela? Demande Raoul, étonné. Et le commissaire sourit. Mais pour une raison très simple, monsieur de Chagny. La voiture de votre frère est partie. Elle n'est plus à l'extérieur de l'opéra. C'est votre frère qui a enlevé Mademoiselle Daillé. Que dites-vous? S'écrie Raoul. Il faut que je les rattrape. Okay. I'll back up here just a second. So the police chief is still asking Raoul questions, and he's like, did your brother approve of the relationship that you have with Miss Daye? Because remember back from a couple chapters ago, we learned that Raoul is an aristocrat, a viscount with a title, with lots of money. And Christine Daye is just an opera house dancer, like a singer, a regular person. And in this society, those people didn't really ever mix. So the police chief is like, did your brother approve of you, like, having a relationship with someone not of your social class? And Raoul was like, why are you asking me that? He's surprised. And the commissioner, deputy, police chief, the police chief smiles. And he says, what, for one simple reason, Monsieur Chagny, your brother's car left. It's no longer outside of the opera house. It's your brother who kidnapped Miss Daye. And Raoul yelled, what are you saying? Que dites-vous? And then I have got to catch them. I've got to go get them. I've got to catch up to them. Nice use of the subjunctive, right? After il faut que, rattrape is in the subjunctive. Okay, so Raoul sort du bureau en courant. Piou! Le commissaire se tourne vers les directeurs. Voilà comment travaille la police, dit-il en souriant. Je ne sais pas si le comte a réellement enlevé Christine Daye, mais je suis sûre que son frère nous aidera à la retrouver. Okay? So he's like, hey, guess what? Your brother did it. And Raoul's like, heck, what? And he like zooms out of there to go try to find his brother because the police guy said that your brother took your girlfriend. So Raoul takes off running, and the police chief guy turns toward the directors and like, that's how the police work, okay? And he says he's smiling. He's like, I don't actually know if the count, the brother, I don't know if he really took Christine or not, but I am sure that his brother, Raoul, will help us, nous aidera, will help us find her, okay? So the police chief is like, I don't know, now he's going to take off running and looking for the brother, so he either did or didn't, so he's basically doing my job for me. So see, that's how the police are working here, okay? Raoul will go find that. We'll go find whoever took her. All right, so Christine is missing. Raoul thinks that Eric did it, but now the police chief guy has gotten his head that maybe his brother did it. Who knows? Raoul is off to find her. Okay, so you're going to answer these questions by writing out the sentence and only the correct answer that goes with that. And then you can skip this. We are going to look at this activity right here because we've never done this before, and it's just, I highlighted it in the passage we just read. So it's taking the place of my this, my that, your this, your that, okay? So instead of saying like, for example, like le mien is a masculine form of mine. So I could say, hey, look, that's my phone, c'est mon portable. Or I could say it's le mien. So instead of mon portable, my cell phone, it's mine, c'est le mien. Or this is my dog here, c'est mon chien, this is my dog. Or c'est le mien, it's mine. Okay, my dog, mine. So you're replacing like the mon, ma, mes, ton, ta, te, son, ça, c'est, plus the noun that was after it with mine, yours, his, hers, whatever. Okay, so le mien, la mienne, there's a masculine and a feminine mine. Okay, so this would replace like mon noun. This would replace ma noun. Okay, and then les miennes, those are kind of pronounced the same way. Those would replace mes, mes, plus the noun. Okay, those are my parents, those are mine. Ce sont les miens. Okay, so le tien, la tienne would be yours. Okay, is that your pencil? Is that yours? So ton crayon, le tien. Okay, le sien, la sienne would either be his or hers. Okay, his or hers. So it's replacing son, ça, c'est, and the noun that comes after it. Okay, le nôtre, la nôtre, les nôtres. They're all pronounced the same. Those would be like ours. Okay, that's our car. That's ours. So c'est notre voiture. C'est la nôtre. That's our car. That's ours. Okay. But notice the notre has the accent circonflexe here that it doesn't normally, that was a big yawn, normally have. Le vôtre, la vôtre, les vôtres. So that's yours, but the plural yours. Le tien, la tienne, those are the singular yours. Okay, so this is we're taking the place of votre something, votre and the noun that comes after it. And then le, leur, la, leur, les, leur, that's taking the place of leur something. Okay, so that's their pen. C'est leur stylo, c'est le leur. That's their pen, that's theirs. Okay, so the masculine, the singular, and the plural, theirs. Okay, so for example, you're going to put these together. So mes amis sont en avance. Ses amis sont toujours en retard. So my friends are early. His friends are always late. Okay, so since we've already been talking about friends, I could say my friends are early. His are always late. So not his friends, but his. I know, Dad's home. Dad's home. Why don't you stay here just a second so you don't escape? So at ses amis, I'm taking in the place of one of the ses, the plural ones, and friends are masculine. So les siens sont toujours en retard. My friends are early. His, les siennes are always late. Okay. Our brother is a singer at the opera. Their brother is the head mechanic. So our brother is the singer. Theirs, not their brother, but theirs is the head mechanic. So leur frère, their brother, theirs. There's just one brother. So le leur est chef machiniste. Okay, so I'll let you try the rest of those on your own. And hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And come see me if you have any questions. Merci.